PlayStation State of Play wasn't no showcase, though. The PlayStation State of Play wasn't no showcase, though.
Or Fanboys, definitely.
Yeah, like you.
Doing the State of Play, but that's not a showcase. That ain't.
Of course it wasn't a showcase because they showed absolutely nothing, man. To even call that a showcase would be an abomination to video gaming, man. It's so funny that if this was Microsoft or Nintendo, y'all be sitting there saying, oh, Nintendo and Xbox ain't got the games. But when it's Sony, oh, they get a free pass, apparently. Why is that the case, man? That is the definition of Xbox tax, man. Let's be critical on these companies, man. But y'all like, oh, that wasn't even a State of Play. Like, that one don't even count. It counts. Oh, it counts. Because that's exactly what a showcase is. The State of Play showed PlayStation games, which happened to be Concord, Until Dawn Remake, Silent Hill 2 Remake, and a lot of these games are being day and date on PC, like I said. And now all of a sudden, you PlayStation fanboys want to run from the hills and hide back in your stables because, GameStop was right and you happen to be wrong.
Right? That shouldn't even be a conversation piece.
Of course it shouldn't be a conversation because the PS5 is doing horribly. Where's the games, man? Oh, but we got the console sales. I'm tired of hearing this argument, man. Because at the end of the day, you guys got 50, 60 million hardware sales for all the wrong reasons. It's so funny that you guys want to keep bringing that up, but then we got games like Rise of Ronin, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Forspoken failing to the point where Square doesn't even want to make games exclusively for your company anymore. So it's so funny that you guys say, oh, we got all these hardware sales and PlayStation 5 gamers buy games, but yet, even with the high install base, you people still didn't buy your own exclusive games. Come on, man. You people ain't nothing but a bunch of hypocrites.
Showcases was Xbox and Nintendo, and there's like a little movement saying that, hey, Nintendo came up with the best showcase and stuff.
You see? Xbox tax, man. You guys never want to give Microsoft its credit. And as decent as the Nintendo Direct was, a lot of it was remasters, old games. I mean, come on, man. Donkey Kong Country returns. Is this what we doing here, man? Come on, man. Dragon Quest 2D remake. Oh, we got Mario and Luigi Brothership. Really? Come on, man. A lot of these are the same type of games that you people have been playing for over 30 years, man. Microsoft actually showed new games, man. Perfect Dark, Fable coming, Gears E-Day. A lot of the mechanics for these games are going to change, even if some of them are fundamentally sound. South of Midnight, Microsoft showed way more than what you people are talking about with Nintendo, man. And the only reason as to why Sony gamers are giving Nintendo credit because they can't see Microsoft at the top for some reason. It really hurts a PlayStation pony to know that Xbox single-handedly destroyed the PlayStation 5 brand in regards to games. And for all you people to say, that's not true. Yes, it is, because even you PlayStation gamers are benefiting from it. You're going to be playing Black Ops 6, right? You PlayStation guys buy and purchase your game. So go out there and buy and purchase a Microsoft-owned IP, which happens to be Call of Duty. And let's talk about that Doom Dark Ages. Oh, yeah, even they're funding your own platform better than what Sony's doing.
Like that, right? And some of these Xbox users are salty that they.
What is there to be salty about, man? We got more games to play than you. What is it salty about? Oh, but you ain't got no console. You people act like you got 60 million consoles in your house, man. Like, cut it out, bro. You have one console at your home, man. You think I care about what other people do with their consoles?
People having this opinion, for a few people having this opinion, they salty. And it's got to be all or nothing with these cats.
No, it's not about being salty. It's about being realistic here, man. And a lot of Xbox dudes are getting sick and tired of these false narratives and these agendas that you people want to push amongst the gaming community. A lot of us Xbox gamers game on multiple platforms. How you think I'm going to be playing the Marvel Capcom collection? Because yes, even though it's not on Xbox, which happens to be stupid, but I have other platforms to play it on, PuertoRock. You really think I'm going to skip that game like a PlayStation pony like you? Oh, no. If I see a game on Xbox, I'm picking it up. If I see a game on Nintendo Switch or the PlayStation 4 or 5, I'm picking it up. Because that's what a real gamer do, man. We don't sit there and wait for the game to, lose out of its time exclusivity just so it can go to my preferred platform. No, we don't know. Real gamers don't do that. We just buy the games when it's ready, baby. That's what we do. You think we're going to sit there and wait our whole life? I mean, you're 50 years old and you still waiting for what? Like, for real, man. Like, the funny thing is, if you was a child, I'd understand a little bit more, man. But you're grown. You're grown. You're 50-something years old, bro. You don't have time to wait. You don't even have time to waste in your own personal life. So what makes you think you should waste your own personal life waiting for good video games to come out to you?
About that, my brother.
Man, I think they are bipolar. That's what I really think about it. Number one, as far as comparing the two showcases between Nintendo and Xbox, what's crazy? If I didn't see those tweets, this would have been the only nice thing I would have said about Xbox during this podcast today. But fuck that. I'm not gonna say anything nice now because objectively, from my perspective, they did have the better showcase. I saw
exactly. I mean, even PuertoRock gave it a 10 out of 10. So how dare you people even say that the Nintendo one was better when you gave the Microsoft one a 10 out of 10? It's like if you wanted to be critical about this, you should have gave it a 9.5 or maybe even a 9.9. But when you give a rating of a 10 out of 10, you're essentially saying there was nothing wrong with what they showed.
And if it really just comes, and again, I just base things based on, or excuse me, I judge things.
No, you judge and base things off your own emotions.
Based on, or whatever, excuse me.
How can you not, look, this dude's finding 2 to 3 alternative ways to explain this point. Just say you don't base things off your emotions. That's crazy. That's how you know this dude is emotionally attached to what he's talking about. Because, come on, man. What is this?
These showcases based on what games they showed, and objectively, from my perspective, Xbox had the better showcase just because they had more games that interest me. I saw Nintendo's, and it's like, to tell you the truth, I was more interested in Mario Luigi Brotherhood or whatever it was because of I couldn't figure out if it was a sequel to Super Mario RPG or if it's this whole new thing. I was more interested in that because I was trying to figure out, well, hey, what the hell is this? I may want to get this for my Switch.
Embarrassing, man.
As far as Metroid, I was never a big fan of Metroid, so I'm
never was a big fan of Metroid Prime, man. Wow, that's a first.
There with Metroid
and that's how you know. See, this is how you know gaming is casual, bro. You're not a fan of Metroid Prime 4, but you was a fan of Mario. What is it? Mario Brothership? He called it Brotherhood for some reason. Come on, man. That just goes to show you that the gaming demographic is casual, bro. These people look forward to playing more casual games than hardcore titles.
And as far as Zelda, to me that looked like a combination of Minecraft and Dragon Quest Heroes. Matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if that
I'm actually losing brain cells with this podcast. Hold on, let's skip a little bit. Hold on.
Men, children that we're talking to, that are like, we had the better showcase. Then who? Again, why? Because
just like you guys say that you have the better platform, so Xbox gamers can't say that they had a better showcase. You PlayStation 5 gamers say that your system's more superior. It's like calling the dude, you're doing the same exact thing, bro. It's so funny that you guys want to point the finger and get mad at Xbox dudes for being happy about the type of showcase they got for their community. But you PlayStation gamers do this all the time. Oh, we got more hardware sales. This is all you people do. You've been doing it for over 20-something years since the PlayStation 1, and now you ponies upset because y'all ain't got no games to play. Just admit it.
Zelda? Hey, listen, Zelda, great game. It gives you a 1 out of 10. Okay? And then they talked about Metroid Prime. I didn't even make it to Metroid Prime. I was so bored. I was like, fuck this shit. I'm not getting paid for this. I realized I like my life. I was watching it and I was like, wait, I like myself. Why am I doing it?
I would hope so.
And then I thought to myself,
I like myself, guys. Listen, I was watching the Nintendo Direct, and I realized to myself, guys, I have to stop being a fanboy because I like myself. My wife don't even look at me the same way because she sees me on my PlayStation and she says, why, do you love the PlayStation more than you love me? And I said, and one thing, a light bulb hit me on the top of my head, and I said to myself, I can't do this because I like myself. I see my son downstairs playing Legos. I go downstairs. I used to skip. I go to the refrigerator, get the glass of milk, and come right back on the PlayStation. Now I play Legos with my son because I like myself.
Wait, am I making money from this? No. Do I care about this?
No. Therefore, I like myself.
No. Is this fun or entertaining? No. I was looking at this cringy shit on this piece of shit handheld.
And because I say this, because I like myself.
That are still somehow popping up. Hey, you know what? Good job. You came up with game mechanics.
Good job, Zimbabwe. Good job, Zimbabwe. Shaka Zulu. Good job, Zimbabwe.
Okay, great, fantastic.
All this because I like myself.
Echo ability looks fun. Okay, this would be something really great if I ever have the misfortune of having a child. I'll give it
Whether
to
having a chance.
them. First game they'll ever love. Okay, but
Because I like myself.
for everybody else, okay, for adults, are you
You should
joking?
make that into a t-shirt. I like myself.
This is the better showcase. Better than who? Who? I'm taking shit better than this showcase. What the fuck? Honestly,
I took crops. I took poops better than this. I wipe my butt with twigs and branches because I like myself. You see, that's what you people don't understand, man. You PlayStation ponies ain't nothing but a joke, bro. At the end of the day, y'all ain't got no games in your home, man. All your games is digital. Sony don't care about you. You might as well go shift to PC, man. You can tell PuertoRock looking, oh, man, PuertoRock is, I don't know, something. He's just been looking bad these past few days, man. Like, go watch this 60 Frames No Lag podcast, and you'll be like, yo, this man, I don't know what's going on here, man. Like, I really feel bad for this man's physical health right now, man, because I feel like this dude, he got to just enjoy games. He got stressing himself out. You can see the 3 or 4 lines going through his forehead. Like, yo, bro, calm down, G. Looked like somebody took a credit card, bro. It looked like Abdul the Butcher guy put a freaking, like, with this man in WWE World Wrestling. Like, this is crazy, man. This man out here, Abdullah Butcher, with his forehead.
honestly, I have seen paint dry, and that was more entertaining than that Nintendo.
Because I like myself.
I think
Guarantee you can replicate this game in dreams and shit. Like
Absolutely.
nothing. No,
Oh,
it's like come
definitely.
on now. Like come on now.
Yo, PuertoRock, imagine if PlayStation did this. You know how these idiots always saying like, hey, PlayStation, you need.
Because Nintendo don't put a huge budget into their games, man. And I'm gonna be on record, bro, because I was talking to a few people before. Xbox is what's pushing the evolution in video gaming, and I'm gonna explain. It's just like Sega did before it, because people have to understand, man. Microsoft is what pushed for console gaming to have this, popularity with online gaming, which was popular at PC at the time, into the console gaming landscape, where Sony and Nintendo copied. Okay, Sega was one of the first people to do it with the Sega channel, with downloading the games, right? Kind of similar to what you get with a Game Pass. So everything that you're seeing is a vision of what Sega did before them. Okay, and that's why I never understood how you could call yourself a Sega fan but don't like Microsoft, because Microsoft and Sega share the same vision. So that's why I'm like, I'm confused here. Okay, even Sega put games on PC, but a lot of you people like Dreamcast guy, y'all didn't know this because y'all want to act like ponies. Y'all a bunch of fake wannabe gamers that are attached to a piece of plastic because you feel like it does something for you that your wife doesn't. I don't know. At this point, I'm just speculating. But see, the point is, though, that I'm trying to make is the fact that video gaming is about entertainment and it's about fun. Y'all like, well, these Nintendo games are fun, but they're not changing. They're not revolutionizing the way we go about playing video games, man. As much as I dislike the N64, but at the time when that system came out, it had ambitious games that was doing things that was different than what you even seen with Doom and Wolfenstein at the time, with the animations, with GoldenEye. That was very unique, man, which also inspired Medal of Honor on the PlayStation 1 to just do something very similar to where you shoot the enemy on particular parts of their body, they will react to it. We don't even see that anymore. That was all done on PS1. And we're on PS5 and they don't even do that now. You get what I'm saying? So when people say gaming has evolved, I mean, to be honest with you, it really seems like it de-evolved, because it seems like there's less passion and there's less thought put in our games, and they're just coming with these cookie cutter approaches. And that's why I'm not really a huge fan of Nintendo anymore, because this is kind of something that I've noticed that they've been doing. Nintendo used to do crazy things, ambitious stuff. As much as, I'm going to tell you where Nintendo's essence really died. Y'all ready for this? And maybe y'all might agree. Nintendo's essence really died with the Wii. Y'all like, huh? What, the Wii was motion, though. The Wii was motion. It was track. No. But it still had that Nintendo appeal. It still had that Nintendo special aspect that gravitated me towards the platform. Ever since the Wii, Nintendo has never rekindled it again. With the Wii U, even with the Switch, I don't care how successful the Switch is, man. Nintendo has not rekindled that special feeling that you get from picking up a Nintendo platform like you did back in the days. It just doesn't. Y'all can be like, oh, yes, it does. I mean, even the GameCube had that appeal. Eternal Darkness, Luigi's Mansion, Mario Sunshine. All these games was different than anything you could have got within the competition of video gaming. And we're not getting that anymore. We're just getting Luigi's Dark Moon, remastered, Donkey Kong Return, Country Returns. This is what we're getting, man. And it's kind of embarrassing that a lot of you Nintendo gamers are defending this. Go ahead. You want to fight with me in the comment? I got way more. I got thousands of Nintendo Switch games, bro. Y'all don't want to see me drop a video. Okay? Trust me. That's a rabbit hole that you don't want to go to. With 5 Nintendo Switches, I was planning on getting another one. Like I said, bro, and I got thousands of Switch games. And I got a bunch of like hundreds and hundreds of games downloaded on my Switches. So that's a rabbit hole you don't want to you don't want to open up that can of worms. I'm just telling you, Nintendo fans, right now. So you need to take this criticism. You need to take and understand where I'm coming from with this, and understand that Nintendo hasn't evolved gaming. So that shows you that if Nintendo or Sony was the market leaders of gaming, that we would be playing games like Legend of Zelda, whatever this Wisdom game is, forever. We'd be playing this for 40, 60, 70, 80 years from now, because Nintendo is not pushing the boundaries of nothing anymore. And this is why I kind of despise this company, because they're not pushing it. They're not pushing the boundaries of gaming. Microsoft is changing the aspects of game. They are making gaming more accessible. They are doing things that help evolve the gaming industry. Sony's not doing it either. Sony's just relying on the same tropes. Nintendo relying on the same tropes. Microsoft is actually trying to bring games to people, bring games to other platforms, doing things that we've never seen before. And it has to be applauded, because that's what gaming is about. Okay? What Sony and Nintendo's doing is not what I look forward to in gaming. It's the same old cookie cutter nonsense.
To do different type of games, do double games, do indie games. Imagine if they came up in the show like this. Bro, the way they would be laughed out of the room, they wouldn't even release it. They would just be too embarrassed the way we would laugh at them. Bro, why?
And see, my whole thing is this, though. Like, y'all might be mad at this dude. I like my stuff, but these guys are right, man. Because at the end of the day, any company could have did this. Like this, bro, Nintendo didn't even, I'm telling you, they're going to sell this for full price, right? Nintendo barely put a budget with this game. Nintendo gamers have gotten comfortable buying these games when they should be priced at $29.99, bro. Like, they're charging indie, like lower than indie budget games for full price. And you people end up buying them, man. Like I've said before, Nintendo make AA games and make AAA money back in return.
I'll be pretending.
They got nerve enough to talk about shit, to talk shit about Astrobot. That's the shit I'm talking about,
Yeah.
Well, then you should make this video addressing Nintendo gamers, not Xbox ones, because we didn't go as far to say that. To be honest, Astro's bot looks way better than this.
See, me, like, I don't see much about Astro. I'm not even going to get Astro, but I'm going to be like, whatever. But that's like one out of how many games that PlayStation makes? That's not like the reoccurring game. That's not like the main reoccurring theme and stuff like that. But like,
Yo, PuertoRock, I'm not done.
I'm going to tell you something. I'm really disappointed with this Switch, man. You know what, man? Maybe I might have been too harsh with Sony. GameStop, what? I might have been too harsh with Sony. You know what I'm starting to think that had the worst showcase? Nintendo. You're like, GameStop, you always change and you never stay consistent. It's just like I like to throw different angles. I be on that dark sometimes. I like to throw different angles to get people's brain working. I like to operate people's brains. I like to get people thinking. At least Sony did show some new games, though, if you think about it. I mean, Nintendo did too, though. Really, bro? Mario, Luigi, Donkey Kong, returns. Marvel vs. Capcom, which is coming to PlayStation. What did Nintendo really show? You know what I'm saying? Silent Hill 2 remake, like I said, it is a remake, but it definitely looks way different than what we've seen with Silent Hill 2 before. Gotta admit that. Concord, even though it's a copy of Overwatch, it's still something new. It's still something new and different. Nintendo's not doing that, man. Oh, yes they did, though! Yes, they did! Tell me what they did. Legend of Zelda, they got Wisdom, and instead of putting Link, they put Zelda. Listen to yourself, you fool. Listen to yourself. You are getting ripped off. You're getting ripped off. I don't care what you Nintendo fans have to say. You are getting ripped off. Stop accepting mediocrity. Because y'all people ain't no better either. Buying these low-budget games. Like, I mean, come on, man. That's why Nintendo 64, that's why, I've had people tell me, man, the N64, I liked it a lot. Because even though it did have a lack of games, a lot of those games was ambitious, and no other company was doing those type of games. They were actually revolutionizing video gaming. Now you look forward to Nintendo, it's all the same games.
One last thing about this.
Luigi Dark Moon 2, Luigi Dark Moon Return, Luigi Dark Moon 2 HD, 1080p, returns. Like, y'all are ridiculous, man. To be honest with you, you Nintendo gamers are just as bad as ponies.
Zelda game, is that it is a regression. How
Oh.
is it that you came up with Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom, and then you want to put out this shit? And then people are like,
You gonna pull out this crap?
ooh,
The-
I'm not playing this because I like myself.
this is it. This is it.
I
I'm
hope they
like,
sell,
wait, did you
I
not?
hope they
Did
sell
you
it for
not? Did you
$70.
just?
Sell that shit for
Did you-
$70.
You just played the
And
previous
Nintendo gamers, y'all gonna eat it up, man. Y'all gonna eat it up.
game,
It's crazy how we was talking about ponies and now we talking about y'all because it's true.
but you're gonna pretend that this is great, like, and I'm sorry, but this echo ability.
This is not great. I can't get
is
jiggy
one
with this.
cool ability. Tears of the Kingdom had like 3 or 5 great abilities. So this is a regression in every way. It's a regression in graphics. It's a regression in gameplay. And you know what? I don't care about this DEI stuff. Playing as a woman. Why am I playing as a blonde? Okay? I don't want to play as one of them.
Prime 4 got shown, right? And I'm like,
Uh-oh.
I'm so under.
Another woman. Isn't this another blonde woman? False inclusivity.
This man's killing
But
me.
Yeah.
with this one though, I remember the day Metroid Prime, the first one on GameCube, was announced, and it was like a showpiece. Oh my god,
See,
the graphics.
I think the problem with this game, Metroid Prime, and I'm gonna have to agree with Paul, that's all this game was. Y'all be like, huh? You know what, man? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Metroid Prime wasn't a good game. What? Oh man, you Nintendo gamers are gonna hate me for this. It wasn't a good game. It wasn't. It was a good tech demo, but it wasn't a good game. As much as I picked this game up for the GameCube and I seen the graphics, I seen the rain hitting off the gun, I'm like, whoa, this game looked good. But to be honest with you, Halo Combat Evolved was better because you know why? The combat was evolved. Okay, no pun intended. Combat was evolved, right? And to me, that was a funner game, even though Metroid looked way better than what we was getting with Halo. But Halo, in regards to gameplay, at the time especially, was just top notch. Metroid Prime, it's boring, a lot of backtracking. I mean, the game has a lot of flaws. I enjoy it. I'm not saying they say, because, see, that's another thing, too, we have in this community. People think because if you say something negative about a game, that means you don't like it, right? That's how a lot of people operate in this community, but that's not the truth. That's not the truth. I do like Metroid Prime. I'm just saying, according to what he said, he's right. It felt like a tech demo of a game.
The gameplay, like, wow, I remember that day when they first unveiled it. I'm like, oh my god. It was just something that's wild as time.
And that's the problem with Metroid Prime 4. And this is what I was worried about with this game dropping on this Switch, was the fact that it wasn't going to have that same wow factor because of the underpowered Nintendo Switch, which, as you guys can see, is most definitely the case of that.
So then when I saw this, I'm like, man, this is some shit I could see on my PS3, bro. Like, God, you guys fell off so far behind.
I mean, I you know it's bad when I'm agreeing with PuertoRock. You know it's bad.
Because I remember Metroid Prime 1 and 2, bro, you cannot say nothing to that game. It was ahead of its time. The graphics was fantastic. It was the best showpieces of that generation and stuff. One of the top games on Game Rankings, which at the time was the Metacritic of the time and stuff. Yo, like, it was like a 90, high 98 or some shit, 94.
Because the problem is this game is way past its due date. This game should have came out as a launch exclusive for the Switch. It should have came out way before. We're 7 years, 7-8 years with it, and this was so unnecessary from Nintendo, bro, to make people wait this long. What they gotta do? I mean, they should have pushed it for the Switch too.
Oh man!
At least the game would have some form of PS4 graphics to make the game stand out way more.
It's ridiculous. That game was just
now the game looks
mind blowing. Graphic.
That's why it's called Metroid Prime 4. Beyond dated.
One of the best showpieces on GameCube and one of the best looking games, period, of that generation, right? And then I see this Metroid Prime 4. I'm like, man, I probably could run this on my iPhone.
Wow, he's right though.
Like Nintendo just straight up don't give a fuck about technology, man.
Yeah, and that's gonna hurt them, man. And that's why you should have been happy with Microsoft trying to push for their portable device, because that right there is gonna merge into a market that's going to impact Nintendo, which means that Nintendo's going to have to throw out some capable piece of hardware. Microsoft knows what they're doing. If they come out with that Xbox Portable, Nintendo can't be doing what they're doing right now, because that might take away fans from their own platform. They know that. That's why this is good news. That's why I was like, I was excited to hear that Microsoft was planning on come out with a portable, because that means Nintendo going to have to get on their A game. and actually start pushing some graphically demanding and more impressive games than what we've been seeing for the past 7 years of the Nintendo Switch.
And some people are saying, "Oh, this looks like the Switch 2." I'm like, "Oh my god,
bro.
I hope
Y'all,
not." I hope
Oh my god, if this is the Switch 2, I am going hard on Nintendo,
some people
guys.
like, I hope they're wrong.
Please.
I hope
it looks worse than the PS4 games.
not. I hope it is not.
Don't do it.
I mean, Last of Us on PS3 looks better than this.
So,
Don't. This is the Switch. This is not the Switch 2 graphics. Please don't let this be the Switch 2 graphics. Oh my god, this would be terrible. This would be absolutely terrible.
Y'all probably hate it. He's just a pony gamester. Nah, he's right, bro. You see, I'm not biased. You know, I don't really care for the people on 60 Frames and No Lag podcast. Y'all know that. How many times I address these people? Y'all know that. But the facts is facts, okay? And I don't care. Now Nintendo gamers are going to answer, I liked you, Gamester, because you used to make fun of Sony dudes, and now you out here making fun. It's true, though. It's absolutely true. As a guy that owns multiple platforms, everything that these dudes are saying is true in regards to Nintendo. I'm sorry. It is true. These are things that I felt. And like I said, Metroid Prime, as a Metroid Prime fanatic, this was not impressive to me. It didn't have that groundbreaking feeling that the first two, like what he said, had in regards to that. With that, oh, wow, like it really pushed the back. Because that's what I'm saying. It was just a glorified tech demo.
Bro, like, and that's why like I didn't even bother with Nintendo, man. The Nintendo's so far off, like it just feels like I just grew out of Nintendo completely.
Yep, and I'm becoming that same person.
It's just that's why I don't really mess with them at all, because they just keep showing me they just don't want to get back to who they were, And good for them. This is the most profitable they ever been, because they make these games that I guarantee aren't big budget, and they sell them for $60. Oh man, I can't wait to see the Switch 2 prices.
I've seen it. I've told people AA games with AAA money.
I guarantee those games are going to be $70. I guarantee it. I guarantee they're going to sell those games $70, right?
Well, they better not sell this for $70, because if they do, I'm boycotting it.
They're not going to do any of the next generation, or not even next generation, current gen shit. They're not going to do, performance modes. You know what I'm saying?
That is the least of my concerns, man. I just want Nintendo to get up on par with everybody else. And before you Nintendo gamers say, "Oh, but it's about the quality of game, though, and quality. Y'all looking at graphics." Yeah, you do understand that hardware can do more than just better graphics. Yeah, obviously that's a plus, but it's more about the technology and what you can do and how you can push the hardware to make these games more ambitious. You know what I mean? It's so funny how people want to sit there and say, "Oh, the hardware, it doesn't matter. It's about the games, though." Okay, then why aren't you still playing on Sega Genesis? Why you upgrade to a PS1? Because you wanted to see what the PS1 was capable of. Why did you upgrade to the PS2? Because you want to see what it was capable of. Okay, it's like that Chase song. What we're capable of when we make it love. Okay, you know what I'm saying? When I play my games, I'm gonna play them now. Okay, that's what you people don't understand. Because you know what we're capable of when we playing games. You know what I'm saying? Like, you people, man, y'all, it's like, like, y'all got to do something with yourselves, man. Nintendo is dropping the ball, man. Oh, but they got more. Now Nintendo gamers going to throw out the Switch. Go ahead. Let the tears go out of your eyes. Go ahead. Oh, I'm being a pony bot. Go ahead. Say it. Go ahead. Oh, Nintendo got more hardware. Says, okay, now you want to use that argument against me? Okay. See, this is why gaming is completely separated, because it's filled with fanboys.
They're not going to do any type of...
It was garbage. You guys have just accepted mediocrity from Nintendo for the past 20-something years, and you expect me to feel the same ways as you do. No, I don't. Because Nintendo, I wanted to see Nintendo be at a high standards, and what they're doing is not high standard stuff.
To get to 4K and stuff like that, maybe if they get DLSS and stuff like that, but I guarantee it's gonna be like the PS4 Pro's way of approaching 4K. You know what I mean? Like early generation 4K.
Which I would be fine with that, but that needs to come out now, PuertoRock. That needs to come out now, because them just trying to overutilize this Nintendo Switch and try to push this 10-year aspect that Nintendo has brought up. I'm not feeling it, man.
That's what they're going to do. So they're going to try to keep the game budget as low as possible so they can maximize profit, that $70 profit, bro. And that shit's
absolutely
ridiculous. That's what they're going to do, and they will make and it will work. They will sell tons of copy on low production games for $70.
Yeah, but they're going to be. And Nintendo's trying to do. They hustling y'all.
Like I don't know, bro. That shit was.
That ain't even the worst of the hustle. The worst hustle is Donkey Kong Country Returns. That is the worst hustle that Nintendo has done. Like, I mean, come on, man. We don't even get a sequel to Donkey Kong, bro. And the crazy thing is, didn't I tell people they should have bundled Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze with Returns? But now we see as to why they didn't do that. They wanted to sell the game separately. Nintendo, you are a joke of a company, bro. And anybody that supports your company like this, I'm sorry to say it, man. Y'all some fake gamers too, bro. I don't care, man, because you Nintendo gamers are holding back gaming too.
That's why I didn't.
Listen,
just like it says, it's just
all of those games can run on the PlayStation Portable, the original PSP. Like
shit.
honestly,
That's just on the Vita.
2006 level
That
shit.
shit could run on the Vita.
Wow.
Nah.
I mean, he's kind of right with some of those games, yeah.
Vita is too powerful. Vita is too powerful. Original PSP. Like honestly, what the fuck?
Yo, this man is roasting the hell out of Nintendo right
doing
now.
here? What exactly? We could upscale it to 1080p on the Vita.
I thought this was about
Let me
Xbox.
tell you, man, what are we doing here? Like, you look at that game and I'm just like, are you guys serious? Like, again, it feels like beating down on children because this is made for children.
Yeah, it is, man. Nintendo gamers, y'all want to act like you're 40, 50 years old. I've even seen people in my comment section saying, oh, games to, no, it's true. The appeal is for children, man. You know, when you grew up playing Nintendo, you was probably more likely a child. You was younger. You getting into these games now, man, these games are not made for you. I feel the same. This thing that this guy is saying, I feel the same way about Nintendo as of right now. You know, and that's why I brought up the fact that the mechanics, nothing's really changing. It's always the same jump with X. People say, but you like the old, that stuff didn't change either, though. What are you talking about? The NES Mario 2, Mario 3, that didn't change either, game stuff. Calm down, Nintendo fanboy, because I'm going to break it down to you as to why that Nintendo is more preferable to me. So stay in your lane real quick. Those games are more preferable because, one, they are inherently difficult. You can't just pick up Mario NES and be good at the game. I'm telling you, even though the game is considered easy in old school gaming terms, you can't just pick the game up as a casual and beat it. It's not that simple. There's a lot of precise jumping going on in those games. Okay? Y'all know that even with Donkey Kong Country, you have to do precise jumps, and there's actually a skill factor that goes on behind those games. Y'all can say, what's casual compared to what the Genesis did in the TurboGrafx? Yes, I get that. But, I mean, at the same time, the games do have a difficulty curve. You cannot just pick up Donkey Kong Country on the Super Nintendo and beat it. That's why I'm a fan of Tropical. That's why I'm a fan of Donkey Kong Country games more than the Mario platforms, because the Donkey Kong games actually have skills, and the Mario games are just easy. That's why I don't like the Mario games no more. Donkey Kong games are for the hardcore platformer, while Mario is for the casual one. Okay? Now you guys starting to understand what I'm saying? Oh, gaming is not about being difficult. Gaming is about having fun. Gaming is about all these things. Gaming, yeah, whatever, bro. Gaming has always been about skills. Why do you think arcade gaming was popular? You know, was gaming fun because you could tell all your friends that you beat Mike Tyson in a Punch-Out, or was it fun because you was the only one in your neighborhood that did it? Oh no, let's have these conversations. Was Contra fun because you was the first person to get through the game? Oh, I forgot. Y'all probably used the Konami code. What am I saying? Right? So y'all think you really beat the game legitimately. Or was it a real person that beat the game legit, like I did? Okay? You people got to ask yourself, man, that's what gaming has always been about, because gaming has aspects, if we're talking about the general essence of gaming, from arcades, which happen to be hard. Final Fight, all these games that came out have influence from arcade games. That's why a lot of these games was hard when you brought them back home. Okay? Also, too, there's a whole nother can of worms I could open with that, about how Blockbuster and how they made some of these versions hard on purpose because they wanted these games to be hard. So when you bought them, you couldn't finish the game, and then you would rent the game again or whatever. That's another case for another argument for another video. But I'm trying to tell you that gaming was more difficult back then. Even the games that was considered easy back then would be considered hard nowadays. And that's, to me, shows you that gameplay has de-evolved within our gaming community. And it starts a lot from you Nintendo gamers pressing X to just do something.
Like, what are we talking about? What?
No.
Get the fuck out of here, this Nintendo showcase. By the way, half of the people that are popping it up, I bet you didn't even watch it.
I didn't watch it. I didn't waste my time. Like, get out of here. A Nintendo showcase.
Trash. I'm going to be honest, man. Nintendo, you really dropping the ball, man. You really is, bro. I don't care about your hardware sales. I don't care how many games you're selling. Tears of Kingdom did well because the game appeals to people with a degenerate mind. You're like, huh? It appeals to people that have no common goal. Oh, go ahead, do what you want. Go ahead, go in the open world and do what you want. Now, that does appeal well with Western RPGs, but come on, man. At the end of the day, we wanted real dungeons. We wanted real problem solving. And instead, Nintendo had a cookie cutter approach with Breath of Wild and Tears of Kingdom. Let me tell you something, how they could have actually made Tears of Kingdom a good game. You could have had, right? This is how I would have did it. Real Nintendo fans would understand where I'm coming from. What I would have had is keep the gameplay of Tears of Kingdom similar to Breath of Wild. Like I said, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Have real dungeons in the games, similar to what they were in Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and other games before. Peep this. Have shrines as a way to help build your character, like little side quests. Even me, the way I'm thinking about this game, thinking about better. Well, there is dungeons in... No. Not those garbage dungeons that they put into here. No. Stop right there, Nintendo fanboy. Because I know what you're trying to do. You're damage controlling. I'm talking about real dungeons, okay? Real mainline dungeons. Similar to what you could do, right? With Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Link Between the Worlds, have where you could do the dungeons in whatever order you want, which means that there would be multiple problem solving, like what they did with Link Between the Worlds on the 3DS, which happens to be one of my favorite. Actually, I think it's even better than Link to Past. That's how good it is. Definitely try that game out. How you can play multiple dungeons and do them differently, have your own problem solving, like I said, which would also have that Tears of Kingdom appeal, while also providing that experience, very similar to the original game. Do that. That's what y'all should have did. But no, y'all just gave us shrines and then you gave us dungeons that felt like shrines. It was trash. And then they should have had shrines be as a way to build up your character. Kind of similar to a Shadow Colossus where you just do these things out of, like, you know, how you get lizards and pick up apples and stuff. And have that as a way to help build your character to make the game more easier to get through the game. Y'all like, well, that's what shrines do, though. I mean, yes, but the problem is they have too much of a main focus in that game. And the shrines are boring. That's why I'm saying I wanted real dungeons in this game. I wanted real problem solving. I wanted real puzzles. I wanted real aspects to a dungeon. We didn't get that with Tears of Kingdom. You know, people know, oh, we got the Sky Islands. These little blocks of garbage on top of the sky. Come on, even that didn't serve a purpose. I'm sorry, man. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be on record saying that Breath of Wild is better than Tears of Kingdom. Breath of Wild has way better pacing. Tears of Kingdom is boring, bro. I had to stop playing that game. It sucks. It really do. Breath of Wild is better than that game. I don't care what all the stuff that they added to. It's boring. Nobody asked for that. Oh, I can make a custom. Nobody cares. Oh, but it's no. I don't want that. That's not what I play a Zelda game, to play Legos on Zelda. Like, you hear you people? Like, come on, man. If I wanted this, I'd go play Lego Worlds. For real, man. Y'all Nintendo fans, man. Y'all make me sick.
Yeah,
Get out of here.
They're gonna show that tinky winky.
All
right, let's move on to the next topic.
I'd rather watch the piece in order to prop up that model. I don't know the answers to that, right?
Oh, now they're talking about the skipping of games on Xbox.
Why are you gonna pay $50, $60, $70 for our game when you could just play a big AAA game that Microsoft's providing through deals or whatever on Game Pass? So now you already shortchanged the sales right off the bat.
See,
right?
now the whole thing is that we're complaining that there's a few games skipping Xbox, but there's been probably 90% of third-party games that skipped the Nintendo Switch, and ain't none of you ponies said anything. Let's also talk about the fact that there's a lot of games still skipping on PlayStation. Microsoft owned or not, they're still skipping your platform. So there's a lot of skips going on. There's a lot of skip-diddy-loo, my darlings, right? There's a lot of that going on here. So at the end of the day, okay, Xbox gamers ain't getting this game. Doesn't really make sense considering it's from Capcom. But hey, it is what it is, man. If people want to play it on another platform for right now. And what doesn't make sense is the fact that the game's coming to Steam, which is Microsoft's own very own Windows operating system. So there was no reason as to why this game couldn't drop on Xbox. Oh, I'm hearing about, the RE engine and all this. I know I'm hearing everything, but they could have definitely did something, man. Like I said, these systems are backwards compatible. They could have dropped the game anyway, and there you go. Now we have to see how this game is going to work on PS5, because I don't know if it's going to work well or whatever the case is. But once that day comes and we see it for ourselves, then we'll be like, yeah, there was no reason for them to do this to the Xbox, because y'all making this for the PS4. Not even a PS5 release, PS4 release.
It's going to be very few little people, right? So we've been telling these people this stuff, right? That Game Pass going to condition, and it's like whatever. I mean, if you're cool with Game Pass, that's cool. Be cool with Game Pass, but accept the repercussions for supporting Game Pass. This is going to happen more often than not.
I don't think people are skipping the Xbox because of Game Pass. I think these companies are skipping Xbox due to other reasons. Just like you said, it was because of the Series S. Well, maybe that might be a case for an argument. But to say that they're not putting these games on Xbox just because is ridiculous. That's more money for them, right? And it costs them literally nothing to put the game on Xbox.
And the indies will eventually not be on your platform unless that developer makes a deal with Game Pass. And you cannot be mad at that because...
I mean, a lot of indies do work with Game Pass. How do you think Power World was so successful? Because of the Game Pass, like after the Game Pass thing. So you can't, like, what are you talking about, bro? So if that's the argument that you're using, then why is Square not making games exclusive to you anymore? Oh, that's right, PuertoRock, because people didn't buy it. People didn't buy it, right? So let's focus on that. Let's point the finger at Sony real quick and say, why is Square not making games exclusive for Sony no more? Oh, because you fans didn't buy it. There wasn't a market for it, right? But I thought PlayStation fanboys bought games.
There's not enough people buying your games. Like the few people...
It's so funny how these PlayStation fanboys don't even understand how hypocritical they sound. Oh, you know, there wasn't enough people buying your games on Xbox. I guess there wasn't enough people buying Forspoken. There wasn't enough people buying Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And there wasn't enough people buying Final Fantasy 16 on PS5 for Square to not stay exclusive to your company.
People that you have decided we're not buying games. So now it's even a smaller portion. So your whole entire console platform is niche right from the get-go.
Niche.
Now that portion already decided, hey, I'm just fine with Game Pass. Lots of games are going to come. I don't need to buy games no more. I don't need to spend money when I got all this stuff.
No, that's not true because Capcom Collection could have came to Xbox and people wanted to buy the game and it wasn't here. You can't blame Game Pass for that. I really don't think Game Pass is the reason as to why that game did not drop on Xbox.
So now even a fraction of the smaller, it's not going to support, game sales and stuff like that, right? So J-Dub,
of course it's not going to support game sales, but the money's all the same.
And what do you got to say?
I mean,
just like, for example, man, that's like if this dude had a lemonade stand, man, and this dude's trying to sell lemonade for $1 a cup, and I sit there, come in like Phil Spencer, and be like, "Hey, what are you doing there?" I'm just selling lemonade, Oh, okay. Matter of fact, how about I just give you $1,000 and you could just, because what you're doing is an eyesore. So, I'll just give you $1,000 so you can pack up all your stuff and go home because ain't nobody buying that. Guess what? You made one sale, but how much money did you make that day? $1,000. You see, this is how you PlayStation fanboys are not good at math. See, you look at it like this. See, this is how PlayStation fanboys look at stuff, and this is how stupid they are. They're like, well, okay, this is how PuertoRock runs his lemonade stand. Oh, I got a lemonade stand for $1. Okay, 50 people came in. 50 people bought lemonade for $1. This is crazy. I'm doing math with these dudes, which would be $50, right? He would say that the 50 participants that bought his lemonade would be worth more than the guy that came in here and gave him $1,000 to shut down his whole operation for $1,000. This is how stupid you ponies act. But there was more people that bought my lemonade, though. More people bought my lemonade. But it only took one guy to give you $1,000 to shut down your whole operation. You see? To where you're like, oh, I'm going to take this down because he said it was an eyesore in his neighborhood. Like, this is how they work, man. And the same thing apply to Xbox. Microsoft is giving them the money so these companies don't have to worry about if their games are not selling or not. And also giving them the reason to put their games on other platforms. They're not locking them down. They're saying, hey, we'll give you a cut. You can even sell your game if you want. Like, I mean, come on, man.
This isn't the first game. This isn't the first set of games.
Man, I'm done, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, man. Like I said, this is a long one for you guys, so hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Take care. Peace out.